a sub-max test just to see where you are with your cardiovascular health. And I've asked you before already, and you're very active, about 5 times a week, correct? And no family history of cardiovascular risks.
No.
So everything looks good as far as you're at 0 on the risk stratification. And we took your resting vitals already, and they're normal with 100/68 for your blood pressure and 52 for your resting heart rate. So we can go ahead and start this. And the questions I asked you as far as your exercise history, we can set up the workload for that. So we're going to do a little warm-up and then go ahead and change your resistance and do that same resistance for a 6-minute test.
Okay.
And I'll be taking your blood pressure and heart rate as we go. Sounds good. So if you want to jump on the bike, and we've already adjusted your seat so that it's right at your greater trochanter when you're standing.
Okay.
So you can go ahead and get on. And right now we're at 0 kilopounds of resistance. And you can start pedaling. And normally we'll do about a 3-minute warm-up, but we're just going to go a little faster for this one. Go ahead and get your equipment set up for the blood pressure. And then you're going to be staying at 50 RPMs.
Okay.
Right there is what you're going to be trying to strive for. So
Okay.
a little bit faster. So now I'm going to go ahead and bump you up to the 2 kilopounds of resistance that we're going to be working at for 6 minutes, okay?
Yep.
Two. So at 5:45, I'll be taking your first blood pressure and heart rate and see if we can get you in that sub-max zone that I already calculated for you, okay? And let me know if you have any symptoms, any tightness in your chest, dizziness, anything like that. We'll go
Okay.
ahead and stop the test at that point.
How long have I been going for now?
Not quite a minute.
Damn. I have a bit longer to go.
We're also going to be using a scale for your exertion rate for how hard you've been working. So 6 is the very easiest thing you've ever done, just
Okay.
sitting still quietly, and 20 is the most work that you can't go any longer. So like a 10 is fairly light, a 13 is somewhat hard, a 15 is hard.
Okay.
Those are the numbers that you're working with. So if I ask you what your RPE is,
Yeah.
those are the numbers that I'm asking for.
Okay.
Or just tell me kind of how hard you think you're working, and we'll put a number
Right.
to it.
Okay.
May dial you down just a little bit because you're just over 2.
Okay.
There you go. You've been going for about 2 minutes, a little over 2 minutes.
Awesome.
And how are you feeling so far? What's your RPE?
Moderate.
Okay, so between fairly light and somewhat hard?
Yeah.
Okay, probably about a 12 then. I'm going to take your heart rate here in a few seconds, so I'll go ahead and find that. at 116 over 72.
Okay.
So it's raised a little bit from resting, which is what we want.
Yeah.
What's my heart rate? 72. So we're getting up there. We want to make sure it gets at least gets to 112. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and take your heart rate again. Only 6 minutes. You're 118 over 68. And your heart rate was 110. So we'll take that one more time, and if it's within 5 beats per minute, then we'll go ahead and stop. Okay? You're at 120 over 70 that time. And your heart rate was 114. So we can go ahead and dial you down to minimal resistance and do a cool down. Okay. Take this top off of you. You still feeling okay? How's your, what's your RPE?
Right now it's getting light.
Lighter.
Yeah.
At the very
lighter.
end there, what was your RPE?
I would say it was somewhat hard.
Okay, perfect. We go ahead and continue this cool down for about 5 minutes, and then you are done. We can figure out your VO2 max from that test.